Hello. All the hand jabs. More hand jabs. Faster. Hello. Welcome to the Enjoy the Buzz podcast.
Yeah, that went so fast.
Another week we survived. It is post 4th of July.
Yeah, we survived all the fireworks and the Cali gun shootings and everything. We're here. We're alive.
We're doing good. We're doing well. And it's been a pretty awesome week since the last time. I feel like everything's going back on its grind. It feels like life is opening up again. We're able to enjoy ourselves. Nightlife is nightlife again.
Yeah, I did karaoke yesterday. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. What's your go-to karaoke song?
It's two. It's Hands Down from Dashboard and like any Blink-182 song.
Alright, that's a very, very good option. I need to start thinking. I need to make my karaoke playlist. Because over quarantine, I was like, I will start singing songs more. And there's like, all right, which one do I want to dish out?
And, I've been talking about going to the Japanese and Korean bars for a little bit just to do some karaoke. You gotta pull up. We gotta do this.
Hey, we gotta show up. Well, it's been a good week, and but it's been a very busy week.
It's been a very busy week. We survived. Like he survived a fucking furnace. I survived being locked in a freezer.
And for those who are very confused, it's because we did a saw maze, which is super awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
We may talk about that in the future, but because
probably not.
But because of that, unfortunately, normally we do have a sketch. Normally we do.
Right, but we're gonna change things up a little bit. We're gonna do Screen Lookers live.
And let's go.
Let's start with the first trailer.
Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace.
That's the first trailer. That's that trailer. That's last trailer. That is secret.
I made a mistake.
That's secret trailer.
Wipe your brains. Wipe
your brains.
Wipe on, wipe off, and all
what
that
if
shit.
you did not see that?
None of it was seen. All right, let's do this again. Take two.
Take two.
Star Wars Visions is going to be an exciting anime anthology series coming to Disney Plus in September. Japanese animation inspired a lot of the people at Lucasfilm over the years. We loved the idea of seeing Star Wars expressed in that way.
Each one of these studios that we approached, we found hardcore Star Wars fans. They all had a story they wanted to tell.
初めてスター・ウォーズの企画って言ったらあれなんかこのような夢のようなことができるのかなっていうふうにはちょっと思いましたね。
いやもうついに来たなと。もう待ってました。その時の提案の内容がこれスター・ウォーズでこれやっていいのかっていうなんか面白いものだったんで。
We were looking for something from the heart and soul of the individual creators. They are their visions through the lens of Star Wars.
There are so many genres at play. Big and bold, romantic and sweeping, funny, comedic.
で、この作品独自の、スタイルとしてはロックオペラということで
日本の山岳文化みたいなことをしっかり描けたらな。
Eyes of
今日来たのが
Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace.
So it's super dope. The idea of having Killmonger is
That is pretty badass. And to have like the child.
Do we know each other?
Lord is radical. Like that's the last person I expected.
Heck yeah, especially like you still and also Chadwick Boseman. That was the last he recorded all the time.
reality.
It's changeable.
Where you want to be? That's the question, isn't it?
Every universe.
Captain Carter, seeing her as Captain Britain, Captain Britain, the variation of it.
Captain Britain's canon here though.
Yeah, but she doesn't say she referred to herself as Captain Britain. So that's why I think we might be.
That's kind of cool. And honestly, Peggy Carter, she's awesome. All you guys.
But there's some really dope stuff. There's a lot of Doctor Strange going a lot of into like flowing through different timelines.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was kind of took me, I was like, wait, I'm not seeing them as like a different character. And I was like, oh wait, what if this could be like a part of the multiverse, you know?
For that. Also, humongous big fucking thing. I was super excited to see it. They had the What If series of Marvel Comics. I don't know if you caught those frames.
Oh no, I did not.
Yeah, they have Iron Man as a zombie, and I think it's Captain America as a zombie.
That is so rad.
So again, tying back to something we said before, Bruce Campbell possibly being a thing, Necronomicon possibly being a thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Zombies being introduced, and he's part of that series. So we're getting ever and ever closer to a possible maybe.
And that would be pretty
crossed.
cool if like you know, we got Bruce Campbell coming back, and then like all the little random characters that were played by Bruce Campbell in the Sam Raimi trilogy, right? What if they're all played by Terry Crews?
Oh, I like what you said. And the trailer disappeared.
We planned this accordingly. We're professionals.
Like I said, you've been bamboozled in the first half. We timed that. We timed it to the second minute.
Yeah.
So let's cheers
Let's do
to
it.
our good ass timing and our high production quality.
Alright, so now we know that we need headphones to do live fucking trailer.
Or like the in-ear thing. See, this is how good our production is. My metal piece is working properly, and I don't have to fucking push it in my finger and hope that I don't cut it in half. Truth. But from what you've seen of the What If trailer, what was the one that you were the most hyped about seeing the What If version of it?
Killmonger and Tony. Honestly, that one's badass. Like that, those are like mix and matches that you don't like think of. Like you.
Heck yeah. Ironically, it's kind of the same for me. It's literally a tie between that and the zombie universe.
Right.
Because again, it's like Killmonger's a character who was phenomenally well done.
Oh hell
phenomenally
yeah.
well done.
Yeah, I love his ad-lib "Hey Auntie," like those legendary lines in the movie. Yeah.
And it's like it's so strange to hear a character like a fan favorite character who fans are like, we want him back, we want him back, we want him back, and he is a bad guy. He's a straight up villain. And it's
beyond that, I don't like constant revivals of people. You know, Loki proved me wrong. You know, if anyone were gonna do it great, it would be Marvel. You know, I would have him rather not have died beforehand, but you know he did, and I don't like that he should come back, even though he killed it.
Yeah,
I think he has been by far the best villain in all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like Michael B. Jordan's a fucking badass, bro. Creed is a fucking monster. You know, so. If he were to come back, sure, I'll be like, you know, a little apprehensive, but I'm not gonna fight it, you know.
And this, for me, this is the best way for him to come back. And a What If series, if he wants, Michael B. Jordan wants to reprise his role in terms of a voice actor, which I'm not sure if he is. I wasn't able to recognize, you know, the sound and everything.
Right.
But he also, at the very least, we still get to see the character come back. And I want to see some more kind of his charisma, seeing that kind of character be a little bit fleshed out.
Yeah, hell yeah. He's charming as shit. It'd be dope to see for sure.
But yeah, those are my two ones for sure.
Malcolm, did you watch the trailer?
This
For
one?
What If, yeah.
Yeah, I did watch it right now with the
What about
zombies
Minnie?
and everything.
Minnie, bro, Minnie.
Come on, man.
That's right. Oh, hey, it's me.
And he's in a different spot.
We did that for the trailers.
I'm floating. I'm ahead.
Floating
head.
Float.
But I did see the trailer. I fucking love what they're doing with it. You know what it reminds me of? You know how they did it into the Spideyverse?
Right.
It reminds me of that feel. But
oh hell yeah, most definitely.
But I also enjoy it because it's not something that I would get tired of. Like, honestly, like the animation style is like a comic that just came to life.
It's pretty clean.
It's really clean, even though it looks like like it's not refined as it should be, but that's how it should be because it's comic.
It
makes sense. Yeah,
that borderline cell shading style going on.
And even like you know we're gonna see some wild shit. The fact that Howard the Duck is like front and center. He's not a cameo. He's not like throwaway in the background. He's like front and fucking center.
I want to see like movie Howard the Duck though. I want to see like pervy Howard the Duck. You know.
Oh, I mean we've seen Howard the Duck once like in like IRL. Howard the Duck, he looked creepy as shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know. I mean like in here, like with like him being a little bit of a player, you know, like kind of like leisure suit in a way.
I feel like he's going to. That's kind of his role. That's kind of his character.
Right.
But the What If series looks super dope.
Hell yeah.
And kind of tying into what is seeming to become a new segment series. We are still again trying to workshop some names.
We're gonna workshop some names, but next time you see this, there'll be a title card.
There will
we
be a
seem
title
to really
card.
like doing this.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be our hip hop crossover.
Woo!
Alright, so if you haven't figured it out, basically, we're gonna like, you know, it's kind of like What If. Basically, what we're gonna do is just interchange your favorite rappers with the Avengers for this thematic episode. So, what if your favorite rapper, hip hop artist, R&B singer were to be in the Avengers or the Marvel universe? You know, not necessarily the Avengers. They could be Guardians. Who would you have? You know,
3 Stacks as the ancient one.
3 Stacks is the ancient
3
one.
Stacks as the fucking ancient one, man.
Oh shit.
The one who knows about mysticism, who gets the Sorcerer Supreme up and running and everything. That'd be super dope.
Honestly, yeah. He can't be bald though.
Can I say something though?
What's up?
What if it was mystical as he comes through and all you hear is danger!
Produced by Mark Ronson.
Get on the floor! Sing it! That's his incantation.
Just how aggressive.
Who would Mystical be?
Huh?
Who would Mystical be?
The
Mystical
great
as
one.
the ancient one.
Ancient one.
Yeah.
Just imagine Mystical being this fucking supposed to be like really well put together, fucking supposed to be super high knowledge, high above everything.
Clear your mind! Clear your mind!
Shut the fuck up! Stop talking that shit!
That would be fucking awesome, dude. Alright, that was the way better answer.
3 Stacks would be kind of dope as a
Yeah, it would be dope though.
He has that little like sly, like, you know, I'm gonna give you knowledge type shit going on, you know? That's a tough one. Bro, what if like we had like Lil Wayne as Tony Stark? Because you know Tony Stark has the alcoholic problem.
That is very
true.
true.
Now we got Wayne with the lean problem. And somehow he like, you know, betters himself and becomes this like super genius.
His driving factor is figuring out how he can grow more skin to have more tattoos and shit.
Right, exactly.
Okay, what would Lil Wayne's like Tony Stark fucking suit look like? What would be the color scheme? Do you think I'll have the dreads? Do you think I'll have the space for the dreads?
You definitely have the dreads. You know, I think that'd be kind of cool. I feel like one of his layers, like in My True Colors, blue and yellow. Like, he stopped wearing blue and yellow, but there we go, blue and yellow.
All right.
You know, that'd be kind of cool. So he has like the bleeding edge instead of red and gold. You know, blue and yellow with the dreads coming out. That'd be fucking badass.
He would look like a variant of Cyrax from Mortal Kombat, like the robotic fucking ninjas.
Right.
That would actually be really sick though.
And he pulses people, and after he kills them, he's like,
that'd be fucking funny. I think for me, my second round draft pick would be Little Dicky as Ant-Man.
Little Dicky as Ant-Man.
Little Dicky as
See
Ant-Man.
that? There's a quirkiness right there.
Especially with like how Paul Rudd's current run of Ant-Man's been going. I feel like that quirky kind of like awkward but yet still kind of like appealing vibe.
Yeah.
I think he'll be perfect for that type of character.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
would be Dave.
And it would be kind of funny too. Just imagine Little Dicky turning to like the Goliath version of Ant-Man.
Hi, I'm
Who would be
Dave.
first Avenger? Captain America.
Oh, first Avenger, Captain America. Oh, that's a hard one because I feel like we have to give it to an OG though.
Yeah, that's what I want
you
to
have
think,
to.
but I feel like that's too easy at the same time. It would have to be an OG. Who the fuck is timeless as fuck? Still spitting bars. I mean, I guess Jay-Z, but I don't know if I want to. Yeah, Snoop. I'd rather Snoop. Snoop would be the dopest fucking.
Y'all about to get this shield. Don't fuck with the double G-O-G. About to get this shield.
Snoop would be awesome one, but like I feel like I also have to put like as an honorable mention Dr. Dre too.
Oh yeah.
Because he's considered, you know, the Godfather, even though he wasn't the creator of rap, he damn near made everything pop the fuck off. And he built this
It's a
motherfucker
CPT.
too.
Yo, wait, Dr. Dre has vision.
That'd be crazy. Who else could play Vision?
Who could play Vision?
Who could play esoteric as fuck? Yeah, I mean, like, who kind of be like around like J. Cole and Kendrick? They're both like, you know, overthinkers. You know, Donald Glover could be a pretty.
Donald Glover. I'll give it to Donald Glover. I'll give it to Black.
I don't know Black. Six Black. I don't know him too well, to be honest with you.
But he's like,
it's pretty good.
You know, he's like makes everyone's like girlfriend cry and whatnot, and like Vision's supposed to have this very tragic love story. I feel like that kind of would analog into that.
Who's his Wanda? Huh? Who's his Wanda?
Oh shit, that's a good question. That's a real good question. Who would?
SZA.
I don't know. It has to be someone who's always pressed. You know, someone who's always going through some shit. You know, they'd be like. Nicki's always bringing problems to herself. I know Wanda's not asking for it. You know?
But Nicki Minaj?
Nah. I cannot give Nicki Minaj to Wanda.
I can't.
That's a good question.
That is good.
All right, as we were stalling for time.
I don't know. It could be cool if it was like Miss Lauryn Hill, bro.
Ooh.
That'd be kind of dope.
Ooh, that'd actually be a real good one. That'd be a real good one.
Or Erykah Badu.
That'd be cool too, but like if it was Lauryn Hill, think about it. You know, she's the strongest Avenger, right? So instead of like the you hear ready or not.
Here I come.
And then it gets louder and louder and louder. And like, yo, and like end me.
You have Wyclef G in the back, just like Wyclef in the back, like one time.
Wyclef is Quicksilver. He died, and all of a sudden, like, Lauryn Hill goes crazy.
You sacrificed your career for me.
She's keeping it to Slovakian roots, dog.
That'd be fucking sick. Oh shit! What other ones would you think of?
All right, how about who would be Strange? I feel like that'd be a better like Andre 3 Stacks.
Doctor Strange, Andre 3 Stacks as Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I think like that's like the definitive. Doctor Strange,
you're right on that one.
3 Stacks as Sorcerer Supreme, bro. And he okay. And if you think about it, he also has an alternate universe in Class of 3000. Boom.
He already has a pocket dimension. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
That's the way it works, man.
Wait. Andre 3000. As Strange.
Yeah.
As Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting where it's like it's so dramatic.
Because I just thought about it. Andre 3000, his person.
Motherfucker.
Andre 3000, his personality
would fit perfectly.
It's perfect for Doctor Strange. Like imagine him just doing his like incantation, and then he's like spitting rhymes.
And he's gone through the whole depression shit. You know? Now he has to like get out of it, you know. Mystical, where you at? You gotta teach me how to use my hands.
Wait your turn, my nigga.
I don't know.
And Big Boy will be like the Samoan homie, like.
He'll be walking. That's fucked. Always a sidekick, but that's true, man.
I don't know. Pound for pound as a rapper, I think Big's a little better, but no disrespect there, but like it kind of makes sense. You know, a little tag team duo.
I think that would make a lot of sense. For some reason, I don't know why, but the idea of Danny Brown as Hawkeye just makes perfect sense in my brain.
Oh my god, Danny.
I was imagining.
Chop. I don't know, at the same time, it's also part of like the Bruiser Brigade, you know? So who's someone who's gonna give you a bruise, you know?
I mean, like, okay, alright, I don't know. That's a hard one, because there's so many people, you know, we could say Killer Mike too. We can say, like, a lot of the bigger dudes. I feel like we suck up a lot of them. I'm interested. Let's go away from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's go full Marvel. All fucking cast. Let's see. We haven't seen fucking Wolverine in a while.
Oh, damn. Who would be Wolverine? Damn. That's a good one. And it would have to be RZA, bro. He has the blades. He knows how to use a sword.
That's true.
It has to be RZA. It has to be RZA.
A man with the iron fist.
It's fucking going wild.
You already got traded. Oh, I got one. Tyler, the Creator. Deadpool.
He breaks all the walls.
He breaks all the walls. Imagine him as Deadpool.
That one's pretty solid.
Alright, we got through heroes. What's some villains we can throw out there? Villain-wise, who do you want to see be recasted as a hip-hop star?
Who would be low-key?
Who would be low-key?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Doom as Doom.
Yeah.
Doom just as
I mean,
Doom.
that makes a lot of sense. The mask is like identical.
But that's it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why I didn't think of that one too.
Oh, fuck. Who would be? Damn. That's a hard one. Who would be Loki in this situation? Who's like the most fucking smooth, deceptive, suave motherfucker?
I feel like that could also be
ASAP Rocky.
Nah, he's too pretty to be fucking Loki, the mischief, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He is pretty mischievous, though.
Oh, my man, that was a pretty good
I mean, ASAP is mischievous as hell.
Alright, Lord Pretty Flacco is the fucking king of mischief. I'm with it.
I mean, that'd be so fucking cool to see. Alright, we gotta get one last one.
So I guess like Rihanna will be his Sylvie. Right?
That makes sense. And you know, with that, fucking perfect lead in transition.
What do you think of transition? You called it transition, I thought you were going.
I wanted one more.
I kind of like this. Let's press a little more. Let's get at least 2 more villains in.
Alright, two more villains. Okay. Okay, you know, Venom is my big boy. He's my number one. Who would be Eddie Brock in this situation?
Who would be Eddie Brock?
No, scratch that. Who would be Carnage?
Who would be Carnage?
Who's
that messy? Who is that messy?
M? Do we still give that to M?
No, maybe like
I was gonna say 50.
No.
50?
No. 50 does not get the honor of either being Venom nor Carnage.
Because 50's petty, but Venom is messy.
Okay, you're right.
You know?
You're right.
Fuck, who would either be Venom or who would be Carnage in this situation?
Okay, that's the one. Carnage and Venom. All right.
Carnage? Who he does a lot
Nipsey.
of shit. Huh?
Nipsey as Venom.
He's too good of a guy to be Venom. He's too good of a guy.
He's a hood nigga.
Like, hood or not, you know, he does a lot for the streets.
No, he does. Yeah. That's why I think. Okay.
Eddie Brock's a little bit selfish.
I feel like because how Venom is set up, he helps the community, but he eliminates the bad people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Venom, after a certain period of time, after a while, as the anti-hero, yes, I do see him being as Nipsey.
I would love to see a fucking, like, instead of like the Venom logo, it's a big ass M for Marathon on his
chest. For Carnage, I'm a little unhappy with giving this man that title, but he is the biggest fucking just piece of work in hip hop right now. I kind of want to give it to Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh,
Tekashi 6ix9ine is Carnage.
I was thinking you're gonna go towards Chris Brown, but Tekashi's pretty good.
Like, I'm just supposed to just show up, fuck stuff up, and just go the fuck away, and that's kind of what Tekashi 6ix9ine's motto is, man. It's a really cool character to give him. I'm really upset about it, but like that actually kind of fucking works.
In a weird way, he has that rainbow symbiote going on.
And like fucking who's incarnate supposed to be like super small, super frail compared to everybody else.
Right.
Tekashi's like really small compared to a lot of other dudes and stuff. I feel like
Bro ran a race and won.
I'm not happy. I feel dirty. Okay.
Alright, so that's our hip hop crossover.
One last one.
One last one.
Because I was kind of cheating for that one. Who would be Thanos?
Who would be Thanos?
The biggest big bad? The biggest person you're
afraid of? That has to be 50 right there. 50. Honestly, he's the most petty.
He's the most petty.
He'll go after anyone without reason, you know. He'll have his reason. It'll make sense to him, but like everyone else, like, dog, leave me alone.
And everyone
I'm trying to have a concert. Why are you trying to end it like that?
And everyone he goes after is scared of him. Like, at some point, even though they're like, fuck.
There's no defeating him, no matter what kind of respect you got in him, bro.
Like he will get his money.
Video of him murdering someone. 50's getting out of it.
Yeah. He will get out of it and get money from you for reporting that shit.
I have exclusive rights to the video that the police use against my tribe.
Bro will sue you. You'll be like, that's slander.
Bro, that's you. He will snap you to the
snap you, bro.
with it. All right, I think that wraps this segment. I think pretty fucking well. And leading in, this time will be a lead in. Loki episode 5. We are one more episode away from this series or this season ending right now.
And it bugs me like that it's 6 episodes, but at the same time they're about an hour long each.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on. I don't want it to end yet.
I really don't, because okay, this episode had so much fucking shit.
Right.
Had a very nuanced fucking character show up with like less than like 20 fucking viewings at any time with his Alioth.
Right.
And showing up out of nowhere, seeing the old Loki, stuff like that. What I mean, just before we get into all the fucking details, just what did you think about it? How'd you like it?
Fucking one, I fucking loved it. I mean, there's no two. That's how I feel about it. You know, it was fucking awesome. And I love how fast paced this show is, bro. Like it's so fast paced. Like sure, like episode like 3 kind of was like mostly filler going on, you know, but like it was deserving. And for a filler episode, it was entertaining as fuck. You know?
Yeah, it really was.
Like, I never enjoyed a filler episode so damn much, right? And now we're here at already 5, and it's like. It is crazy, and there's so many fucking Lokis, and they just came out of nowhere. Like we just got slapped in the face by a 4. One of them being a fucking crocodile, you know. and now we got like another fucking 30, and then we get like fucking like Thor. What's the Froggy Thor? We get Froggy Thor.
We got Throg showing up. We got President Loki showing up.
Yeah, dude.
A whole bunch of crazy shit, and it's like it was super cool. Like again, like this is such an amazing show. The entire way through, I'm having such a blast with it. Like as you said, it's super high octane, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I don't feel like it's outpacing itself or the pacing's too slow. I really enjoy it, and like the big thing for me too is that at this point, you know, by like episode 6, you understood what's going on in WandaVision. By episode 4, you knew where the ending is gonna end up for like Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah. I still legit have no idea where the fuck the show's going.
I'm not gonna say that with Wanda. I was still confused till the very end.
I mean,
I kind of figured out who Agatha was. But like, you know, I still didn't know what's going on with Wanda.
You know that like she's gonna get into her powers, become this Scarlet Witch. Kind of like that's what they're setting up. And it's like with this, I still have no idea. It could be another variant Loki. At the end of the fucking tunnel. It could be Kang the Conqueror. It could be fucking so many different people showing up.
It could be also Mephisto. Like, like everyone's like undecided whether it's gonna be Kang or Mephisto. You know?
Or like fucking even Doctor Strange showing up. Or like, you know, there's so many different options that can potentially happen in this situation.
Yeah.
And I'm so hyped to figure out what's gonna happen.
And like, I like that, you know, you see future Loki and like the potential power that Loki will have. And now that he knows his potential power, it won't take him that long to get that power to make all of Asgard in like a minute, bro. Like it'll come way sooner because he knows his potential now. And he learned how to enchant before the OG Loki died. Now this Loki knows that he can enchant. He'll do it better and faster than our dead Loki.
And especially since like he has Sylvie there too as like a person to bounce like learning magic from back and forth, where like, you know, classic Loki was doing this by himself. Right. He was only able to really test his limits within himself. And now you have 2 people that can test the limits together, mix and match that type of shit.
And then you had Kid Loki giving him his fucking Leviathan sword, bro.
Yeah, and it was so cool. And honestly, like Kid Loki was a lot cooler character than I thought he was gonna be.
He was a badass, bro. I'm like, oh, what did you do? Kill Thor.
Alright, okay, Mr. Big.
And how fucking, I love how Crocodile Loki fucking eats President Loki's head off, and he didn't realize it at first too. Like he bit it off and he's like, sucker.
Ah! He got fucking Captain Hook, man. That shit was so awesome. And again, I am loving where the show is going. I really do. And
yeah, hell yeah.
I just can't wait for more and see how like different stuff pan out. Like for me, especially seeing Owen Wilson coming back,
I was stoked. Again, at the same time, it's like, you know, let people die, you know. But at the same time, it's like, I wasn't know for him yet.
Within the confines of how they explain stuff, it made sense. It made sense. And also, I like how they did that throwback line. It was like, what are you gonna do when you get to the TVA? And Owen Wilson's character is like, well, I'm gonna burn it to the ground. I really, really hope he starts with his office too. Because that's what he said way back in episode 1 when Loki's like, I'm gonna burn the TVA to the ground. He's like, alright, just make sure to start at my office first.
That's awesome. I didn't pick that up.
I really hope they do that small little callback.
That's cool.
I really hope, because I feel like they will too.
Right.
That may be like where the big scene for him is supposed to be at. And I'm also curious because like what we also are seeing too, like, do you think that the head of the TVA, wow, I forget her name right now.
It starts with an R.
Ravana. You know what I'm talking about.
Laqueza.
Do you think she actually knows who's in charge, or do you think that she's generally clueless and wants to find out?
That's a tough one for me, you know. I want to say she knows way more than she bleeds on, but I don't think she knows who the boss is.
Yeah.
Because she has to be taking orders for somebody, you know. She wasn't taking orders from the robots this whole time, I don't think. Like, because she was not surprised when it turned out to be robots, you know. So she knows something, for sure. And if anything, like, I don't think she'll turn to be good. And if anything, I don't think she's trying to find out to end it. She wants to find out for power, you know.
That makes a lot of sense, and I feel like that's kind of where it's going to. It's like she wants it either to kind of raise herself up in the ladder, or then take over the throne herself.
Yeah. I don't know if she's gonna take over the throne because she doesn't really have any cosmic powers to really take on these kind of people.
It's like it's an attempt to try and like get to the absolute top. That's will she do it? Probably not. Like 99% she won't. But I feel like that maybe.
As far as enemy goes in the Marvel universe, most of the time they do not win. If they win, they'll lose eventually. You know. She ain't no Thanos.
But again, this episode was super fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I did not think I would enjoy the show as much as I did when I heard it was announced. I remember we both were talking mad shit about it, and now this is the one we're the most sad to see go by.
I know, and now he's like low-key, like definitively my favorite character in Marvel now. And like Captain America, born and raised, he was my favorite, followed by like Wolverine and Gambit. You know, so like now I'm like low-key like no dog. I want to buy the comics and everything, bro. Like, I want to like have all the research on this guy.
Damn, all right, I respect it. But we just before we get like move past and stuff, there's another Marvel property. I don't even know if you know this, but tomorrow, if I remember this correctly, tomorrow Black Widow releases in theaters and on Disney Plus with like the $30 like additional service. Are you gonna watch it?
I want to see it in theaters. I really do. I don't fuck with Premiere Access because I'm not gonna pay $30 to watch some shit at home. Okay, but like I would love to see it in theaters because I haven't been able to see a Marvel movie in theaters in over a year, dog. like, and honestly, like Black Widow is pretty cool. And as far as enemies go, Taskmaster is my favorite fucking villain. Period. You know, like he's so legit. He's quick, even though he's like, you know, he can't really remember himself, but he's still sharp as a motherfucker. He can retain everyone's information, everyone's weaknesses, and master this shit in the blink of an eye. So I'm pretty excited for that. I just hope that, again, I like people to die and stay dead, but I don't want Taskmaster to be dead. There's so much more they can do with Taskmaster, and because the master of everyone's ability against like one person without any superpowers, like Natasha Romanoff is a badass, you know. Like fucking Widow's Bite is like pretty badass, but you know that cannot be the ending of Taskmaster. Taskmaster has to move on to fucking much more of the MCU. So I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, because especially since you know we're like a lot of these things are going a lot more cosmic, a lot more grandiose, like going to space or a different universe, stuff like that. I would like to have something involving like a little bit more grounded, a little more kind of, you know, relatable and stuff, and to have Taskmaster be involved that as a villain,
right?
And kind of going to whatever that kind of area of the Marvel universe that may be, I would be really happy about that. I just want to see it. It's pretty
cool. And the cool thing is like Taskmaster was the only one who actually got really close to ending Deadpool like permanently. No one else could say that. Deadpool killed the entire MCU villains and heroes
and himself.
But the only person who he actually struggled with was Taskmaster. You know, which is pretty fucking badass. So like, you know, Taskmaster's a fucking badass. Let's not sleep on him.
So we'll have to wait to see the movie, see what finds out with him, and hopefully he stays alive and keeps on going.
Yeah.
But it's nice to go back to the movies, and it's nice to be able to have that option and like not be fucking worried about it. Because you know, movie theaters are kind of disappearing right now. And it's nice to be able to have movies theaters. Nice to have drive-in theaters. And nice to have different types of theaters. Which
especially traditional theaters, you know, with original projections and still like you feel that nice. The density and like the depth of fucking what you're watching. It's art. Movies are art.
The film grain too.
I know, right?
It's a whole different experience. Like, yeah, everything is really nice, but it's like, ultra quadruple fucking octuple HD remix fucking 18K, 13K, 22K like shit, but it's like it's cool to see some traditional style stuff. And with that being said, Quentin Tarantino recently purchased the Vista, which is I'll let you talk.
The Vista's my second favorite theater, but now it's my number one favorite theater because my favorite theater, the ArcLight, has closed down, unfortunately. I grew up a big movie buff, you know. I told you about how I originally wanted to write that script. That Quentin beat me to the punch. I'm not going to go into detail of that. I love film. I love theatrics. I love storytelling. And I still intend to be a storyteller. But Quentin Tarantino and Hayao Miyazaki have been the two biggest influences of my life as far as storytelling goes. And unfortunately, I don't live in Japan. But I do live in Los Angeles, where fucking Quentin Tarantino was born. You know, I've been to the Beverly, and I've fucking been to the Vista. You know, you've been to the Vista, and that's like a rich, old-timey movie theater. Comfortable seats, but the screen, the projection looks honestly better than like watching a 4K movie.
It really does.
It feels like really fucking nice.
You really, it's an ambiance. It's a theater too. It's like you see it like in a lot of like movies about like old-timey segments where they see like a really like grandiose like, theater.
Yeah, and it's a single screen theater too.
Like that is how the Vista feels. Like you feel like this is an event that you're going to, even if it's just like a film that everyone's playing right now.
Right.
It feels different there. It has a whole different environment. It has a whole different look to it, especially with like the film.
And honestly, this was a long time coming because every single time, I don't know about like the first several movies, but since then, every single time a Quentin movie has released, and mind you, this is a single screen theater.
Yeah.
Instead of choosing like the biggest budget production, they always play the Quentin movie. Whenever a Quentin movie released, they play the Quentin movie. So I'm really excited that Quentin actually bought the Vista, which is super fucking cool.
Yeah, and it's like the Vista for me has a special experience too because you know I saw Django Unchained at the Vista, and it's also how the entire night kind of unveiled. I remember we talked about this before.
Right.
Like that was my real first like true downtown Los Angeles resident experience. Like the full fucking experience because I've lived in the Valley. I lived in the burbs of Santa Clarita.
Yeah, I went to school in downtown, so it was a little different for me.
So yeah, for you it was like you know you've had this experience, but for me like it's like okay, this is what people are searching for. This is what people like go across the country from different parts of the world. Like these experiences that I experienced today, like that's what they're gunning for.
Yeah.
And the fact that now knowing that the director of the film that I saw and the theater that I saw it at is now combined together, it is super cool.
And the cool part is like I'm not really for like big renovations for like traditional like pieces of art, but Quentin's being Quentin. He's gonna renovate the theater. It's gonna be closed for a little while, but him doing it, like I have all the trust in the world. I have all the trust. Yeah, I have no hesitation.
It's like the best person to restore that type of theater.
1000%. I'm so looking forward to that.
So now we're kind of on the topic of Quentin Tarantino, and this is, to be fair, really, really late to ask this question, but I know we're asking it because
there's one more movie. Might as well.
One more movie left, and we've just recently watched an interview with him on Joe Rogan, and we just very recently watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Quentin Tarantino says he's only making 10 films after 10 he's done.
Right.
We finished with 9. There's one more left to go. What do you think that story should be, or what genre do you think that story should be?
Instead of saying what it should be, I'm gonna get fantastical with it, okay?
Okay.
And the reason why I'm gonna get fantastical with it, because like, I don't know, like 3-ish years ago, he was like signed on to do a Star Trek movie, right? That's like, Quentin doing a Star Trek movie, that's fucking crazy, right? So, like, I wanna say, like, I just wanna, like, throw a fucking, like, a wild one out there. Like, if he were to do a fucking, like, a final movie, other than like Kill Bill 3 or something in the Quentin style vein, something that will just never happen, I would like him to do like I don't know, it has to be like fucking like Guardians 3 or something. You know?
That would be insane.
Like that would be so dope. Or like if you were to do like a Mass Effect movie, bro. Like, if he were to do a space opera, bro, I guess he was going to do Star Trek, so it's not too far-fetched. But if you were to do a space opera, you know, they're with actual crazy murdering and great dialogue and, like, a lot of time travel jumping and, like, not knowing who to trust and just, like, you don't really know who's the good guy and who's the bad guy, and then when you get to the end, there's no good or bad guy, but, you know, it's like...
Okay, so if he goes that route, this is just kind of like poking. Would you like to see him from the sides of the humans telling the story, or like the Protheans or the Reapers? If he were to tell like a Mass Effect style type story, like how would you like to see him take that?
He would honestly tell just about everybody's direction, knowing him. You know, like for the most part, he even like the enemies get their due diligence on all for the most part. All of his movies, he'll give you all sides, which will be cool because now you'll know way more about like the darker ends of the Citadel that we're not seeing. You know, it's so weird that the Citadel just seems to be perfect at all times. You know, and then he's gonna get into like the government and the politics about it, and like it'd be really cool to see like knowing his casting. Fucking, we're gonna get like either Leo as Commander Shepard, and fucking Uma Thurman as Miranda, and then we're gonna see feet like crazy. I love feet, so it's gonna be
Space
great.
feet, let's go!
Space feet, yo, like I want to see Liara's feet,
Yo, dog, I heard you like feet, so I showed you every type of feet.
Tali has like 3 toes. I feel like I can look sexy if you're the director.
We're gonna get like a close up of Rex's big ass feet.
So yeah, so a movie about alien feet, dog. Like that's what I want to see.
Fuck the space opera part anymore. I want to see a smut film of just space feet and space species showing their feet or feet equivalents. If it gotta be a tentacle, then it's a tentacle.
And then Jamie Foxx is like Garrus, and he's like, "Damn, Miranda, you got some nice feet."
6 different shots of the same feet.
For that.
For me, okay, if I have to use a video game reference, of course, it's surprise, surprise, God of War. Would love to see him take that character, especially how that character's going. But if not God of War, he is very much like about kind of doing his variation of a very tried and true genre, right? He did the spaghetti western, he did the slasher films, he did the standard gangster films and made a subgenre of that.
Yep, and then like Kill Bill was many different genre films per enemy,
But what's an old classic of Hollywood is the Greek myth film. And he hasn't touched that. That is a very old classic. There's a whole bunch of like Clash of the Titans is fucking humongous.
Right.
A lot of the trials and tribulations, going into more Christian faith and stuff like that. Doing those renditions of those type of stuff. I would love to see him doing like an old fucking style myth movie.
That'd be pretty cool.
I would, because we haven't seen it, and I feel like for him too, especially with how much he hates CGI. How far can you take this?
That is an interesting
How far
conversation.
Can you push the envelope?
Yeah.
And it's like, a lot of the characters are very grounded. They're very human. They're very relatable.
Yeah.
And a lot of the older gods are very grounded. They're very human. They're very relatable. How can you present that kind of?
And there's like a lot of betrayal.
There's a lot of betrayal. For me, it's like, I just want to see like a movie of him and like, all right, this is the original Greek pantheon. You want to see Zeus being a fuck shit? I will show you Zeus and his actuality. That'd be cool to see, man.
And there's a lot of violence in Greek
mythology.
There's a lot of violence. To see him do it, like, he would do it justice. Heck yeah. That'd be fucking badass.
That would be amazing. Just to see Clash of the Titans or, like, his version of Clash of the Titans.
Hell yeah.
It'd be fucking brutal. I would love it, dude. I would love it. 100%.
What do you think, Malcolm? Greek
mythology. I keep forgetting.
Or do the cool one if you have to. Just remember it.
Mythology. Quentin Tarantino. Is that what we're talking about?
You're choosing what kind of what would you like to see him interpret?
Yeah, like what type of genre would you like to see him interpret, or like a body of work would you like to see him interpret?
I'd like to see him do some horror stuff.
Yeah, I feel like a true horror movie, not a slasher film, a true horror movie.
Yeah,
interesting.
I want to see his take on the supernatural.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, he really doesn't mess with that too much.
Yeah.
I mean, the most would be like in Pulp Fiction, where this was a divine intervention because of the bullets around him.
Yeah, he's not too big into fantastical because the limitations of CGI and practical effects.
But when you're going to supernatural, you can get away with a lot, dude.
You really can. Yeah, hell yeah.
Hereditary.
That'd be realistic, actually, like a true horror film by Quentin Tarantino. That'd be really sick.
Imagine if he did Hereditary.
Oh, Hereditary was a fucking. That was a stressful fucking movie.
Have you seen it, Steve?
I have not seen it.
Ooh, I would highly recommend it, and also make sure you never stick your head out the window ever again when you're driving.
Yeah, never do that.
Yeah, you don't.
Never.
That's a big no-no.
Your head goes clean off.
I saw like a Reddit video where this chick stuck her head in the car with her titties out and I already saw the comments, like I backed
she
out
died.
before I saw that. So
No,
I'm
she
already
died.
aware of that.
I saw that video. Yeah, no, she passed away.
Yeah. So
Never stick your head out of the car. Your head belongs
keep
in
all
the car.
arms, legs, heads, torsos,
body
and
parts
genitalia in the vehicle at all times.
in the car. I don't care who you are, keep it in the car.
Malcolm has spoken.
Malcolm has spoken.
It has been
And
spoken.
it's law.
It has been spoken into law.
I only do like the 2 inches just so I can do this, but I keep aware of my surroundings because I remember in Space Mountain people were losing limbs back in the day.
Heck yeah, they were
so
getting that shit.
So it's like since then I'm like I always like keep a good surrounding of like any roller coaster or anything. It's like alright, if I'm gonna stick my hand out, I'm keeping my observation high.
Heck yeah, that's why people were like, woo, woo. I was like, fuck, I'm at this, woo.
No hands, no hands.
Only elbows, only
Put
elbows.
like little plastic hands.
Nah, just shoulders. Nah, just shoulders.
I think that's a pretty good fucking place to end this episode.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. We hope you enjoyed another episode. Enjoy the buzz.
And if anything, we will save our next trailers for screensavers next week.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know, again, you've been bamboozled. We didn't fuck up. You fucked up by thinking better of us.
For real. For real.
Come in with like little expectations, so you leave being like, "Wow, that was amazing."
Exactly.
You messed
they
up.
were talking about alien feet and bitches' heads getting cut off with their titties out. Like,
Get in the car, remember?
Without further ado, though, we'll catch y'all next week.